Hi guys, we're in El Gouna, Egypt. Sun is shining, 20 knots. So far there hasn't been that much wind, so today is really the first day that we can try downwinding. I got a little project here. I know this place from kiteboarding from back in the days, and I always thought it might be possible to also do a downwinder here. I got really big equipment, the biggest duotone front wing I could find, which is the AMP 2145. I got the smallest stabilizer I could find, which is the H165. Yeah, we'll check it out. The plan is to go upwind with the wing, pack the wing into this tiny little bag here, and then roughly do a 5 to 6K downwinder. Then I will either reinflate it with my hand pump or just take the compressor from the station here. I got my box here, I can use the compressor, I got all the rescue services in case that's necessary. I hope it won't be the case, but you never know, better safe than sorry. One swing, in fact that's still the first generation. I haven't found a need to replace it because I'm mainly using really small, big foils, so it doesn't make much of a difference. I'd rather invest in paddles or other foils. And yeah, we'll do the deflator now. I see some white caps on the water, let's go! Woohoo! Yeah, baby! Okay guys, here we are. I just made it past the entrance of the harbor of El Gouna. There's a crazy big ship over there first. I was thinking it might be a Navy ship or something, but no, seems to be a private yacht. I'll try to steer clear of that one and then pack my wing and then bomb down this channel here in the middle where you can see the kite. Behind those palm trees on the right hand side there's my entrance to go back to the hotel. Wind has gone down significantly. Hopefully I might still be able to make it. Let's figure it out. Everything packed down smoothly. Final adjustments here. Don't get everything too tight. Still need to be able to breathe out there. There's my friends on the boat over there. We're looking for a fish. Everyone's looking for something, eh? Gotta stay focused. Welcome to Backwash Hell. Where's the energy? Gotta be some energy. Yep. There it is. Alright. Time to find a rhythm. from all these reefs. Stay in the channel where there's a little bit of depth, and so really interesting so far. Of course there's lots of boat traffic here. You gotta deal with the backwash of these boats. Sometimes you can use it to your advantage, but mostly it just hides the energy a little bit. And what I usually do is I try to remember where the waves were going before and where the bigger waves were before the wakes hit me of those boats, and then I'll go into that direction. Luckily it's still somewhere there. It might be hidden, it might get washed away, but that's usually what I do. Yeah, let's move on. There's a little bit more fetch here, and the waves are so much nicer. Probably hard to see on the GoPro. There's definitely some energy. Woo! The wind has come down completely. No more kites out here. This is Mövenpick station. Usually there's literally like 50, 60 kites with nothing. And these are the conditions that we can still go downwind in. You know? That's why I love the sport so much. It's like endless possibilities on the horizon. Look at those colors over there. The reef, isn't it amazing? Woo! Feels like the energy is compressed here, wandering along those reef lines, and I literally just have to milk it. I'm not getting too close, of course, but a little bit of pumping, and then I rejoin the energy that's running along these reefs. It's beautiful reefs. Have a look, guys. Isn't it amazing? Woo! Just have to move it. It's just gliding, look. No pumping. Nothing. No. A little bit. 2 or 3 pumps. And then I go back to the reef. I get the push from the energy, and I go back out again. Okay, here I go behind and back into the energy. A few pumps to stay on top of the wave, not go down too much. When it's marginal, you really have to stay on top of the bump. So important, positioning, you know, and that takes some time. So you gotta be patient with yourself, you know. This is not something that you can do over a 2-week holiday, but it's doable. That's my point. You see, another nice lump of energy, and I go back to the reef. Few pumps, get some glides, and then stay a little bit closer. My little kite surfer crew behind me. Oh, look guys, isn't it amazing? Woo! And there's the energy. So, gotta cut out a little bit because the reef is coming out here. Also, I might get some backwash. Maybe you can see it. So I'm gonna push a little bit out. Go behind that big one. Because with those big wings, yeah, you're not super fast. You gotta peel off. You gotta take it easy. Take it easy, guys. And there we are, back at the buoys, back in our bay, back at Osmosis. Let's have some lunch and then do a second run. So I was just checking what the wind was like when I was out. It was 14 to 17 knots, so really not that much. Basically similar conditions to what I quite often had in Lake Garda also. So I would say if you have equipment that works in Lake Garda, like Malcesine, if you have the morning Pelea winds, like maybe hip high waves sometimes, but not that much bigger, it should also work really nicely here in Alguna and Hurghada area. Yeah, just make sure you got a plan. You gotta make sure that you stay away from Navy ships and also, you know, fishing boats and, you know, lines, nets. I also took a small pump with me. I could have re-inflated my wing if it was necessary, but it wasn't. Just be aware of that. All right, take care guys.